Good morning. It is December the 3rd and my name is Charlotte of Wild Magic Yarns. I'm not very well at all. My cold has got a lot worse through the night. A quick sort of introduction for anyone new who's watching. Thank you for joining me. I live in Wales with my husband, our teenage son. We have 2 dogs, Maddie and Blythe, 4 cats, and we live in a little bungalow that is a new build, which means we haven't done much to it yet. So please ignore like my flooring and everything. We're not allowed to do anything until the new year because it's a new build. So I have multiple chronic illnesses and disabilities. I'm a teacher, but I'm signed off sick at the moment because they're investigating various things that are wrong with me. I've actually got a CCAT scan this Saturday. Yeah, so that is why I spend a lot of time in my bedroom. I'm also a wheelchair user, and I've had to be re-referred to wheelchair services, who kindly gave me a wheelchair 8 years ago, the NHS one, which is not suitable. So now I have to go through the whole process again in order to be able to move around my house and go anywhere, which could take up to 18 months. So I'm kind of stuck here for now, until they do their new assessment and then order and measure me up for a new wheelchair. So that's kind of how quick things are at the moment in the NHS if you're disabled, which has left me very sad because being housebound is not fun. But there we are. It is what it is. You're just going to get on with it, haven't you? So that is me. I don't know if anyone has any suggestions for, obviously I can't move around very much, so filming and stuff is a bit difficult, but I still enjoy doing it, and I don't want to not just because I'm disabled. And although I might film in a different format to most people who have the whole tripod set up and them sat in front of it showing things, that isn't very practical for me. So, I tend to speak a bit and then show you things actually close up, which I prefer. I like seeing things close up so I can have a good look. But I've lost, since I started Vlogmas 2 days ago, I've lost about 10 subscribers. And I don't have many, to begin with. So I'm just wondering why that could be. Is it because of the different format, maybe? Is it because I'm not doing enough yarny stuff and I've added in the Christmas in Wales section? If there are too many dogs in my videos, I don't know. But also I don't really want to have to change, the way things are, because then it wouldn't be me. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Yeah, so, Vlogmas is also a bit different to normal podcasts, isn't it? Where you have the usual format of whips, finished objects, acquisitions, etc. But Vlogmas is more of a diary, I suppose, a daily thing of what you get up to in December. And I've always said anything I post on here will be real. So what you see is what you get. What you get is what I'm actually living at the moment. There's no made up stuff here. I guess that's not for everyone, and that's absolutely fine. But if anyone you know, has any suggestions or feedback or anything, I'd love to know. So that perhaps I can change things and improve things. Blythe is trying to put his toy on the Christmas tree. I can't quite believe he's doing that. That's new. Anyway, so I'm going to open my advents. I've got cheesy Hallmark Christmas film of the day and Christmas in Wales to show you today. I will show you our new Christmas tree and explain a bit about that. And also I'll show you my plans for Secret Santa, because it involves making something. So first of all, a Toft Advent Day 3, and it's a big box, so I'm thinking either yarn or stuffing. It is yarn. Ooh. Is this charcoal? Cocoa. So like a really dark brown. I have no idea where this calendar's going. Okay, so that is day 3. Haven't looked at the pattern yet, but I'm intrigued. And, oh, we have a door today. Does that fit with yesterday's then? Does that fit there? Oh, I think it might look. Okay. So we have a door and a window. Exciting. Next we have the Fibre Fox. I've pre-opened the bag for minimal rustling, but I haven't looked inside yet. So I'm going to shake it out. Ooh, okay, so we're going a bit more brown. Browny coloured speckles. And it's slightly more peach, I think, than yesterday's. It's going to be such a nice fade. When you see them sort of just on their own like that, you know, if we look at number 1 as well, there's me saying I'm not going to rattle. They don't look different, but then when you see them together and when you actually knit them up, the fade just works so well. Look, you can see a big difference there between those two, can't you? So pretty. And also, I didn't realise, I found this yesterday. It's the Witching Hour Crystal Stitch Markers, and they are just beautiful. I can't wait to use those. How pretty are those crystals? Next we have blue fern yarns, and they've pre-opened. Oh wow, we're definitely going into sort of deep blues and then the sort of grey purple. Moody, I love it. Really pretty. I'm going to try and go through the advents quite quickly because I don't know about you, but I absolutely love seeing the contents of other people's advents. But I don't know if it's boring to others. Like, I don't... Oh, I've got a full skein in there. I don't ever get bored of seeing people's advents. I love seeing what's in them every single day. So, yeah. And last but not least, my last advent is the Phantasm Advent by Hook and Cwtch. And we've already had Unicorn and Pixie. On day one, we had a little extra of a stitch marker and a yarn cake cozy from Mrs. G Makes, who I have discovered is also doing Vlogmas. So go along and check out her channel, Mrs. G Makes. And then yesterday we had this amazing crochet hook from Pedro's Plaques, and it is just stunning. And today I'm going to open day 3 and extra 3, but I'm just going to pre-open them. Okay, they are open, so let's see what we've got. Oh, love already, love. Oh, hot pink. Yes. Anything hot pink. What are you called? Faye. Oh, that is lovely, isn't it? How it goes from the pale peach and then the blues and purples and then into hot pink. I love this one. I think that's my favourite one so far. Oh, they're so pretty. I haven't decided what I'm going to make with this advent. I am tempted to make the blanket because not only do you get this advent and all the extras and like way more yarn than I think I've ever had in an advent before, but you also get a pattern to go with it. And I think this year it's a blanket. And I love blankets. But the Gansey. Yeah, let's not talk about the Gansey. Let's open the wonderful day 3 extra, shall we? These are so sticky. Oh, it jingles. Oh, what could it be? Oh, is it another one? Oh, awesome. Oh, look at that. Moons and clouds and like a deep moody sky. I'm going to have to cake some yarn up, aren't I? Just so... Oh, actually, I do have Gansey yarn here. If I'm knitting... Oh, it's covered in snow from this Christmas tree, which is flying around everywhere. I'll show you the Christmas tree in a bit. Excuse the snow. But I think that actually goes quite well with my Gansey yarn. And hey, if I'm only allowed to knit on the Gansey, I might as well have a pretty yarn cozy to cheer me up a bit. Love it. Oh, what a fantastic advent. A Bramble House Christmas. It's about a guy who finds out that his father has passed away, his like estranged father, and has left £100,000 and a Christmas break in a pretty little village to the nurse who was looking after him. So he goes undercover to find this nurse and her little boy, and things happen. Quite enjoyed it. It was all right. Very Hallmark, obviously, but it was one of the better ones, the little bit of story to it. I am going to give a Bramble House Christmas 3 stars. I quite enjoyed this one. It wasn't anything spectacular, but it was quite sweet. So this is our new Christmas tree. It's a pencil tree, which means it's really skinny. 6 foot, and I got it from Argos. So every year we have a real Christmas tree, and it's just something that I'd never had one as a child, and we decided when Tom was little that it was going to be something special that we would do as a family. So every year we've gone to the Christmas tree farm and the grotto, picked our tree. This year, however, because I've been made redundant, my last day's Christmas Eve, we can't afford to have a real Christmas tree. They usually cost about £55–60. It's just not doable for us this year. And also because we've moved into a smaller bungalow, we don't know where we would put a large real Christmas tree as yet. So what we've done is we've bought an artificial tree. It was on offer in Argos. It's made by Habitat. I think it was £22. So it was very reasonable. And obviously, you know, we can reuse it if we need to. So I'm going to put this together now and we'll see what it looks like. So this is the tree so far. I've only just started opening the branches out, and I've given up because I feel rough, but it's a pencil tree from Habitat, Argos, and it's 6 foot tall, but it's very, very skinny. Obviously I haven't opened those sections up yet, but it looks okay. Like the flocked snow and everything is quite nice. It's just very slim. In that blue bag there is new Christmas bedding, and then my stuff for my outdoor garland that I need to do. I was going to do that today, but it's not happening, unfortunately. Plus I need to order like sticky hooks. Anyway, the snow goes everywhere, so that's going to be fun if the cats try and climb it, but it's okay. And usually, so on we have a real Christmas tree every year, as I've already said, but usually we have like a colour scheme. So we've got a couple in boxes in the attic. The last couple of years we've used green and gold, but this year we were talking about it yesterday, and seeing as we aren't having a proper tree, we bought some funky lights last year that are app controlled, so you could change the colours and the patterns and everything. So we were saying maybe we'll just put those on. And then we've got like a few novelty Christmas decorations that I won't allow on my lovely colour coordinated Christmas tree. So we're thinking of just putting those novelty baubles on, and then all the ones that I've crocheted over the years, and just having a really random, fun, bit of everything tree, which is totally unlike me. But I think, seeing as this year we're not having a real tree, I think that would be fun. So I might even crochet some garlands or something to go around it as well. We shall see. So yeah, at some point I need to finish opening it out, and then we can put the lights on and everything. At the moment it looks like the world's saddest Christmas tree, doesn't it? The world's saddest Christmas tree. It's quite apt for this year, really. Sorry about Blythe. I'm going to stop now because he's chewing in the background. Okay, so just a bit more of a chat. I wanted to do... I'm a Bakery Bears patron on their Patreon. And this is the first year I've subscribed to them because I wanted to see their advent calendar that they do every year. And there's a mystery knit along, but because I'm still... If you're watching, Dad, please don't watch any further. Turn it off. Bye-bye. Because I'm still knitting the Gansey, I feel like I can't make anything else at the same time. There's 12 days until my dad's 70th birthday. 12 days. And realistically, I'm not going to finish the Gansey. Yet, here I am, still trying. I'll show it to you in a minute. So I feel really guilty about not working on it. So, although I really want to participate in the mystery knit along with the Bakery Bears, I can't really because of that. Blythe? Oh my goodness, he is physically... No kisses. Thank you. Yeah, so I feel a bit sad about that, I also want to knit Christmas socks and I can't. The Gansey's taken over my life. It really has. I'm so done with it. I'm probably not even halfway through. I'm so done. Oh dear. Don't ever knit a men's extra large sweater in sock weight yarn on 2.25mm needles. That is my advice. So, the Gansey. If you don't know what a Gansey is, which I didn't, it is a traditional sailor's jumper that was knitted in very specific yarn to sort of keep sailors, fishermen warm, and also to show sort of where they're from and what they've done and everything. So this Gansey is knitted in 4-ply sock yarn. It's covered in snow from the Christmas tree. I do apologise. It's knitted in 4-ply sock yarn because Tom and I dyed the yarn for it. I say I, Tom, my 16-year-old, dyed the yarn. And it doesn't show as well on the camera as it does in real life. In real life, it is an absolutely stunning blue teal. On camera, it's washing it out a lot. It's not this pale. So yeah, so it's hand-dyed yarn. It's a lovely dark blue teal. And it is for my dad's 70th birthday. Because he's so knitworthy. And he is ex-Merchant Navy. And everything in the Gansey is going to be designed specifically with him in mind. So at the bottom here, I've got his initials and a little heart. The bottom section of the Gansey is Robin Hood's Bay pattern from Whitby. Then this next section that I'm on now is a different part of Whitby. I've just started the underarm gusset because Ganseys have an underarm gusset, which I've never done before. So that's the little start of it there. It's knitted bottom up. And then you go towards the top, do the underarm gussets, put those on hold while you knit I think I'm on a circular at the moment. They're traditionally knitted on 4 DPNs, but I just thought it would be easier on a circular. I think once you get to halfway up the gusset, you split and you knit the back and the front on straight needles. I'm not sure, haven't got that far yet. So the top part then, the chest, is going to be various things that are meaningful. So there's going to be an anchor in the middle. I've got herringbones from Barry, which is where he moved to as a young person in the Navy. And then I've got another Whitby pattern that is going to go on the top and then just down a little bit of the sleeves. But I started this in, I think, August, and this is how big it is. So I'm just starting the underarm gusset now. 12 days. Can I do it? Probably, almost definitely not. But it's worth a try, isn't it? The tradition of Christmas cards began in Britain in the time of Queen Victoria, over 170 years ago, just after the introduction of the first national postal service, the penny post, which started in 1840. However, with the rise of phone messaging and social media over the past 20 years, as well as the soaring cost of postage and the environmental impact, people have been deterred from sending too many or even any Christmas cards. Despite that, Royal Mail is still estimated to deliver about 150 million cards over the Christmas period, so the tradition is certainly not over yet. The history of sending Christmas cards in Wales includes a tradition of getting a special stamp for cards in Bethlehem, Carmarthenshire. Thousands of people have travelled to Bethlehem in Wales over the years to get a unique stamp for their Christmas cards. The post office in the village would automatically stamp cards with the Bethlehem frank or postmark. I visited in 2008 when my son Tom was 7 months old. We were able to get our cards franked with the Bethlehem postmark and were invited into the small cafe for a mince pie. However, in recent years the post office closed down. At first, a mobile post office in a van offered the franking, but this became less popular and eventually the service stopped. Next, the village school closed. Then, the village clubbed together to buy the school to use as a community hall, and the post office rented a room to run a Bethlehem franking service. Unfortunately, this ended too. The village decided the Bethlehem stamp was a tradition they didn't want to let go of, so the people of Bethlehem created their own stamp. Now, in the village hall at Christmas time, people can once again get their cards stamped with the Bethlehem stamp. The hall even has a small cafe, and Bethlehem merchandise is available to purchase. All the money raised goes towards the running of the hall, including the 10p charge per stamp for the cards. This year, the service will be running every day from the 2nd of December to the 19th of December, from 11 a.m. until 3 p.m. If you're nearby and still send Christmas cards, why not do something special this year and get them stamped in Bethlehem? It was on the afternoon of the day of Christmas Eve, and I was in Mrs. Prothero's garden, waiting for cats with her son Jim. It was snowing. It was always snowing at Christmas. December, in my memory, is white as Lapland, although there were no reindeers, but there were cats. Patient, cold and callous, our hands wrapped in socks, we waited to snowball the cats. Sleek and long as jaguars, and horrible whiskered, spitting and snarling, they would slide and sidle over the white back garden walls. And the lynx-eyed hunters, Jim and I, fur-capped and moccasined trappers from Hudson Bay, off Mumbles Road, would hurl our deadly snowballs at the green of their eyes. And before I sign off for the day, I said I'd show you this crochet pattern that I'm going to be making for my Dungeons and Dragons Secret Krampus. So it's basically Secret Santa, but D&D themed. And this little goblin is holding a chest, and you can actually open the chest and use it to store dice in. How adorable. It's really, really cute. So I'm hoping to put that together with a dice set and maybe some sweets or something for my Secret Krampus. So this design is by the Selkie Grotto. I got it on Etsy. It's in UK terms. And hopefully I will have enough yarn in stash to be able to make one of these without having to buy anything. Fingers crossed. But yeah, I couldn't resist. It is so cute. I love his little tooth and his little ears. And hopefully the person who is receiving it will like it. I'll let you know how that goes. Right, I am done for the day. And I will see you tomorrow on December the 4th. Bye.